Conversation with God for Kids, for Teenagers, Chapter 17. Suffering and Death. Question: why must many people suffer if you have the power to make everyone happy? Good question, kid. Good question. Eric, 13. Just a 13-year-old kid. My wonderful Eric, this is a question that has been asked since the beginning of time. And the reason people keep asking it is that the answers they have been given do not make sense. It doesn't. And I'm full of excuses. I'm an old person. I'm fed up with excuses. Imagine the children. The human race has been told, Eric, that suffering is good. Exactly why you say earlier on in the end of this conversation and this material that suffering is okay, that you must suffer. What's this when you are bipolar or some other entities come into time? I think different entities come to have this conversation. Otherwise, I don't have an answer for all this bipolarity here that I see here. You see, the last chapter, the final, they say that it's okay for suffer. This man or the author or this entity say that it's okay for suffer. And I said no, it isn't, because it isn't. The idiot, the bloody idiot who claims that suffer is good, should he suffer, impaled? I wish this person to be impaled. I really do, because he need to learn what is suffering and pain. Not to wish or to inflict it on anyone else, not even a spider. Okay? You wrong, man. Any of you who follow stupid religion or dogmas, if you say that you will suffer, I ask you to suffer yourself, okay? When I talk also for the kids also. Don't let the kids suffer. Don't let the animals and the youth suffer. Mental torment at home also. My wonderful Eric, this is a question that has been asked. So is that the answer they have given do not make sense? The human race has been told, Eric, that suffering is good. This trash is a narcissist, psychopath, sadist. He's a sadist psychopath who thinks that suffering is okay. It can be anybody who is into dogmas. Some teachers have been said that I require you to suffer. That's the sick one, sick people, sick, miserable person you are, who think that people have to suffer. Nobody learn anything through suffering. And I am a good model. I'm a very good example of it. You understand? Nobody learn through suffering other than hatred, feeling of vengeance, anger, resentment, bitterness, frustration. This is what we learn through suffering, nothing else. In other words, through joy and love and care, we learn how to be receptive and give it back. Because you have it been given and then you want to give it back. Why? Because you feel good, because you feel loved, because you feel loved, because you feel cared for, and in turn you want to care back. Do you understand? Because you cannot give that which you don't have. In order to give, you need to have. Suffering helps you pay for your sins, or that you can offer it up for the poor souls in purgatory. Meaning that I will release your ancestors from their torment sooner if you are in torment longer. And I believe so. There's many who dies and still is in torment and come to torment people here, because I have to going through it. If my deceased beloved ones, sisters. Okay? I have been going through it. And now I ask her to just rest in peace. I don't know. I ask this being entity to leave me alone. Because I don't own it, nothing. I have in this person's life, I have done my best as a younger sister, 6 years younger. I have been doing my best to care for, to love that person, to care for a person. Whatever I have, I give to her. Whatever. It means that the part of this person that is, is a non-rational entity after death, that which means here don't understand it, those into dogmas. Those who are into religions and dogmas won't understand, doesn't know that the persons, once they die, they lose their consciousness and they lose their sense of rationalism. Alright? So I have to ask this being, this entity, to let me go. Just let me go. Also because maybe I was at the first, at the start, I was maybe attracting her to me because of the brain sea and the pit that I was feeling for her, the pitting. I was pitting her, I was crying for her, and then this attract this entity to me somehow, until I ask it to rest in peace for good. Okay, so there are possibilities that when we leave this body, that is still going to suffer somehow. It will all depend in our thoughts about them and their thoughts as well. They are this kind of residues of memory that they have here of earth. So is there purgatory? Is there hell? Yes, but it doesn't have to be forever. Okay, it won't be forever, and you don't have to be this rotten body left over. That one is like a program, something, a memory. It's not even a body. You're gonna suffer mentally, not physically. That's not true. Don't believe in those neurotic people who say you will. Okay, all neuroses is all neuroses, all neuros. So suffering helps you pay for your sins so that you can offer up for the poor souls in purgatory. Mean that I will release your ancestors from their torment sooner if you are in torment longer. The last teacher is particularly said, it paints a picture of me as some insane, insidious, insatiable God who would encourage your anguish as a bribe to grant an early parole. That's insane, man. Stupid also. How stupid humans are. So the last particularly said paints a picture of me as some insane, insidious, insatiable God would encourage your anguish as a bribe to grant an early parole. But it can happen. Believe me, at least it did happen before. To your loved ones who would say, you can end their suffering by beginning yours. But someone is going to have to suffer here. How on, hey, wait a minute. Why would I say, okay, now my family is gone, my sister, my mom, okay, they are gone. Why would I suffer here? I mean, I suffer torment because they are gone and I miss them. I wish they wouldn't go. I wish they to be with me together, to live with me. Yeah. But why would I suffer? Because I feel the anguish because of their leaving, their departure. Then I feel anguish. Is that how I suffer? And this suffering will offer them deliverance. Is that what this being is trying to say here? I don't got it. So that suffering helps you pay for your sins, or that you can offer it up for the poor souls in purgatory. Meaning that I will release your ancestors from their torment sooner if you are in torment longer. That means what? How are you going to suffer after our loved one is gone, in order for them to be delivered from hell, or the torment in the other side. I don't get it. Really, I don't get it. This last teachings particularly said it paints a picture of me as some insane, insidious, insatiable God who would encourage your anguish as a bribe to grant an early parole to your loved ones, who would say, you can end the suffering by beginning yours, but someone is going to have to suffer here. How? I mean, would the dead come and try to make our life a misery here, so as to diminish the suffering the other side? Is that what this being is trying to say? Because I have experienced that, alright? I have experienced that. And to each of your relatives who go, watch out your back, because the entities the other side will torment them so much that they will torment you. And in order for them to be relieved from torment in the other side, they will have to torment you here first. And it's not their fault at all. It's these evil entities, Anunnakis entities' faults. Okay? Listen here. So that's what I come to a conclusion, and the ultimate verdict that's what happens in the other side. Our loved ones go, and then they tempt. I knew it long ago, since my sister gone in about 4 years ago. I already knew that something was pestering her the other side, and forcing her to come here and torment me so as to be delivered in the other side. So what I did was I prayed for her. The whole idea is so opposite to who and what you imagine a loving, caring God to be. And yet it has been taught for centuries by one of the world's most powerful religions. Just one religion, dude? Just one religion, or many religions? Just one religion, dude? Just one religion? Oh, come on now. These and other beliefs have caused the people to endure terrible agonies, and for no reason. I do not wish people to suffer. The reason that I do not stop human beings from doing whatever they are doing is that I have given human beings free choice to create and experience their lives as they choose. If I took away this free choice and just told them how things are going to be from now on, the entire purpose of life itself would be squashed. The purpose has now been started many times. Is to provide each human soul with the opportunity to experience itself fully, freely, creating the conditions that will allow it to do so. Now, just for the record here, I never said that suffering is good. You said in the last final chapter of this material, you did. You are coming back in time, and I mean you come back in your words. And I certainly never suggested that you should require yourself to suffer more than you would require your own animals to suffer in the face of unrelenting pain. Oh my God, that's really hurt my soul here. Now, just for the record here, I never said that suffering is good, and I certainly never suggest that you should require yourself to suffer more than you would require your own animals. You psychopath, narcissist psychopath, who shoot animals to death, who beat the animal before you slaughter them. Shame on you. It's you doing all this through your entities, evil entities behind you, telling you to all to do this. For fill up your stupid stomach. I don't eat for so many days and I'm still alive. How to explain that? Do you need to eat cow meat and a bull meat and a goat meat and the chicken meat to survive? Do you really? Or your stupid worm is there inside, your parasite tell you to? So that you would require your own animals, bang the animals on the wall, battering them to death, stab them first, knock their head first with a hammer. Do you like this on you? Why you do to others? I wish this bastard would do this. Would be here right now. Listen to my words, because I hate all this. I hate. Yeah, I hate. I'm not ashamed to say the word hatred and to help hypocrisy. I hate all evil people. To suffer in the face of unrelenting pain and can be the goat. Don't take side. There's some idiots out there who only side the cow, the bovine, but then go ahead and butcher the and hammer the poor goat, the prize to death. Be it the horses, be it the goats, be it the sheeps, and I cut the chicken throat. There's no difference. I mean, why you side the animal in favor of another? To me, they all have soul from the cosmos. They all have that divine spark that should be respected. And if you but love yourself and your loved ones, you should love that the animals who also had a family, and you strip it away from them. Shame on you. Shame on all those people who do this to the animals. Really, shame, 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 shame. Last summer, we put our very sick cat to sleep because the vet said she was suffering so much and that it was only the human thing to do. This is different. But to slaughter the cow and the goats and the chicken is terrible pain, because they the Satans, they love pain. So the more you punish the animals before you finally give that the messy blow to put their suffering to end, you have to torture them first, because they will release that kind of adrenaline. And the more they release that kind of adrenaline, more the psychopath, narcissist psychopath Satans think that the meat will taste better for them to fill up their worms, their parasites inside their damned, accursed, evil stomach. So, and that's once the only, this is another thing. They are talking about euthanasia here. That's okay. If the animals is in terminal disease, cancer, whatever, better really to put them, be more like more angelic. I will not say even as human. Not always means good. So be angelic and put your animal really to end their sufferings once and for all. But that's the best. When you see that the animal, that's the best alternative to do. You do that the animal a favor, because they are in pain and nobody deserves that. Come, you let us do this for animals, but send us to hell if you do it for humans. Last summer, we put our very sick cat to sleep because the vet said she was suffering so much, and that it was only the human thing, I would say the angelic thing to do. Now, come, you let us, what's this? Come, you let us, what's this? I don't understand this mean kind of English. How come you let us do this for animals, but send us to hell if we do it for humans? Marsha 13, Birmingham, Alabama. I do not send you to hell, Marsha, for this or other reason. You have pointed out a contradiction that reveals the confusion of the human race around the experience of suffering. Of course, it makes no sense at all to treat a cat more humanely than your grandmother. Logic tells you that no living creature should have to suffer pointlessly. Why you bring animals here, dude? I mean, human everybody care for, but you need to go for the underdogs who are not cared for. And those classes, who are they? The animals and the plants and nature in general. So why you have to bring here a human and compare human to hell with humans? I tell you, humans are already too pampered. They have so much comfort compared with the poor animals, especially so the wild ones. I mean, when I was 13-year-old, 12, I already have these feelings. You don't have to have 50 years old for you to be 25 above. to have some feelings. Come on. Oh, he wants this man. Might be the author himself who are telling all this, concocting all those questions himself. Does that mean that helping someone die because they are so sick is okay? Doctors do it all the time. They just don't tell anyone about it. Families have quietly asked for this, and in some cases have done it themselves. So clearly, there are some circumstances in which human beings have felt that it's okay. But you must be aware that the civil laws in most places prohibit. So you could go to jail if you do it. So if the doctors do it, then okay, but don't kill people who have hopes yet. Don't kill people who are otherwise okay and I have a chance to heal, and then you try to kill them. That is insane. That is insane. Try to do unnecessary surgery on people. That's stupid. That's crooked. That's corrupted. Okay, go ahead and kill the terminally ill, but not people who has hope, not people who are strong like a bull. And then you are trying, but you're not getting from these people unnecessary surgery so as to earn money and put them into suffering, and also treat them like guinea pig to make experiment with new drugs. To hell with you, I tell you. Don't try this on my body. Don't try this on this body. Why do we make such dumb laws? Enrique 15, Mexico City. Neither human laws nor human theology have ever been required to make sense. Working to change laws that make no sense is one thing that young people could do to make a real difference in the world. I wouldn't do this while we're young. Don't do it. But try to do it for nature. Don't do it for the humans. Unless you're another stupid one who's like your doubts, then what can I say? You are following their footstep. Gonna be another stupid narcissist psychos. But if you are so powerful, why don't you just end suffering forever? Why not just eliminate it as a possible human experience? Brad 15. Because these beings also, they thrive on suffering, just like many of you here. So that's the reason. I have given you the tools with which to do that, Brad. But human beings have free will, and so far you have not chosen to use these tools. Most of the conditions on your planet that cause people to suffer had been created by humans. In these conditions, humans can just as easily uncreate. They simply refuse to do so. A huge percentage of human diseases, nearly all of them, actually are preventable simply by changing human behaviors. All of the deaths caused by human disagreement and war are also preventable simply by changing human behaviors, which can be done by changing human beliefs. Even most accidents are preventable by changing human beliefs and behaviors. Emotional distress, worry, fear, guilt, depression, and mental anguish are just as preventable, again by just changing human behaviors. Correction. This is, and then you turn around like a bipolar psychopath. You turn around and say that you don't like people to suffer, but then you want to excuse all this. You want to justify all this. First of all, he say he have given people tools. Okay, I understand. But now I'm gonna give an example in the healthy aspect. Okay. Do you think that poor people who has nothing to eat can choose what they need to eat? Not say what they want, because poor doesn't have a choice in what to eat. They eat any junk that's offered to them, be it processed food, chemically laden foods, etc. Because they don't have other alternative. There are people who are eating even from garbage can. Now you are blaming those people to fall sick because they eat that food with bacteria and get a bacterial infection in their stomach and intestinal or stomachal this bacterial infection. Are you condemning people that were born with lupus and immune diseases or predisposition to cancer or any other congenital diseases? Are you blaming them? Don't bring the crap of, oh, might be karma. Yeah, karma. I say karma with a stupid accent because sometimes the stupid this YouTube translator or whatever, or transcript, whatever, it doesn't sometimes pass the words accordingly or the phrases accordingly. So I say karma. People say karma. God knows what these people did in past lives to suffer today, to have this disease, to be a homeless now. Yeah, they may have suffered because they once greedy. I don't pity that people who once rich before and then didn't give to the poor and now they are homeless. I don't pity. They have to learn what the poor is suffering. This is karma, but karma paid in this same life, but not the person who has been abandoned from childhood, who had been thrown out of the house when they was a teen, who was there on the road without much to eat, without much opportunities and a life opportunity to get a good job and a fend for themselves. Okay, I don't blame them to eat from a garbage can. You are blaming them. You are blaming them. They are blood hypocrite. You know why? Because you maybe have been through it. You have been down the streets, and you should know what's to be on the street, what's not to have a roof under your shelter to shelter you from the rain and the cold and the sun. You should know what's not to have enough good sleep. You should know what's not to have clean water to eat, to drink, and a good clean food and healthy nutritious food to eat. You should know. Don't bring this crap, man, that is because human do is you're doing. You are psychopath narcissist doesn't want to acknowledge and accept your part in all this mess and all this garbage that we have around in this planet. Okay? When I tell frankly, all come out because it's what I have been seeing around me for all my life. And I say all my life, I say 40 years, not all my life. So emotional distress, all of the deaths caused by human disagreement and war or was prevented. What the heck other people have to do for wars? Did they ask for it or your government asked? Hey? So by changing human behavior, which can be done by changing human beliefs. Even most accidents are preventable. Now, okay, the idiot who don't know how to drive, like the maniac here, who I have the ill face to live with, the idiot drive like a kind of maniac. I call him maniac, road maniac. He gave a middle finger to other drivers. He tried to corner and to overtake a trailer. You know a trailer, how big a trailer, and his car is small. He tried to overtake the trailer, and he gave the middle finger to the trailer truck driver. Alright? And he's a maniac who not just he hogged the lanes, but he tried to cut the other car, and he accelerate. Let's say someone signal to go to another lane where his lane where he is. Maybe the people is around 1 kilometer from him. He accelerates to take over that car and that make that car, that driver want to turn to the right, not to turn to the right and keep on the center lane. Alright? because you want to be the boss and the hog in that road or expressway, whatever. If a cursed person like that cause an accident, you think the other person who are driving properly is to be blamed? Hello, I'm very intelligent woman. I'm super mega intelligent. I could be a scientist if I could have the opportunity. I'm super intelligent woman. Don't come bring me this rubbish, because it doesn't, it doesn't make sense to my wonderful kind of mentality and consciousness. So we cannot prevent all accidents because you don't know what happened. Maybe an idiot didn't tie up that a trailer or a truck driver didn't tie up all the thing that he's bringing all the goods, and suddenly it fall over the car who's another lane. So you cannot prevent. Or you don't know though that the maniac who are run behind you, racing, accelerating, and collide behind you. You don't know. It's not your fault. Don't be stupid, male. Don't be stupid, Taitiano Neki. Don't be stupid, male. Don't be stupid. My gosh. I cannot stand stupidity, Can you give me some examples? So, as for human behavior here, as they say, emotional distress, worry, fear, guilt, depression, mental anguish are just as preventable, again, by changing human behavior. Now, what he's trying to say one more time, at the same time as he said, and many of you says, that you should not, perpetuate and glorify or worship pain and sufferings. You are still perpetuating it, and you're propagating by saying that you must withhold our feelings. Like say, okay, now you have debts to pay, you don't have a job, you are maybe homeless, or you have so much health problem and don't know how to go about to solve it. Alright? Then your loved one has all this problem and you can't help your loved ones the way you wish to. Do you blame these people from worry? Do you blame these people by getting angry and depressed? Do you blame these people by getting bitter and grumpy? No, I wouldn't. If I'm honest, if I'm a very smart person, intelligent and wise, I wouldn't blame that person. Instead, I'll try to understand where they come from. And if I wouldn't help them, why should I blame them? Unless they go for plastic surgery and then they want to, out of vanity, they incur a very huge debt. And then they want to show off to people. They buy things on credit that they shouldn't, and again they incur huge debts. It's your fault. It's your fault. The woman who are always looking for males and get pregnant and get full of children, and then they cannot feed them, and then they go for drugs to forget their misery. This woman is to blame, because this stupid female doesn't know how to close their legs, how to stop from hitting and each they'll know that thing there beneath their legs, and I keep on breeding more and more children, so as to bring to this world, and she's not mentally or financially capable to look after that being with dignity, that being that she brought into this world with dignity and care and protection and amenities, the basic and life, cloth, food, education, love and care, and leisure. If you don't have all those prerequisites, close your damned thing there beneath your leg. Be smart, woman. Be smart, okay? Be smart. So that persons, yeah, they are candidate for, they kind of dig their own hole, their own grave. They dig their own. They have dug their own grave. But the people who go to a ER room, emergency room, and over there the bastard adopt the person, and then they try to take money from you by giving you a necessary uh, CT scanning or other necessary tests, and send you to stay to be warded in hospital so as to incur debts and ask you to pay for their own dues. You have no, it's not your fault. You go there in the hope that you will get sedated and come back home at the same day and pay them on the spot. Pay them. Okay, 120, 140, 150, 180. Pay. Bye bye. Bye bye, alligator. See you. I hope you don't see. I see you no more. And go back home. That's it. You don't own them a thing. But when you are forced by this corruption to send to a hospital to go into drugs trials or other things, or get into a necessary procedures, medical procedure, is not your fault. I tell you, it's not your fault, it's their fault. And you be smart, you be intelligent like me, and if you can stop, say no. No. Understand? No. Say no to them. Then if a person in this predicament, in this condition, under these conditions, get angry, get depressed, get emotional distress, worry, fear, guilt, not guilt, depression. Hey, guilt is another thing. Guilt is when you do something evil to other person, a disservice, then you are to blame. You are a cursed Satan. So you should be guilty if you have some feelings. You are not a psychopath, robot, android. But if you want it, then you feel guilt, right? But it's normal if you have a problem. If you have pets or whatever to feed, or children to feed, then or older parents to feed, then it's normal to feel depressed, anxious, worried. Is when you don't have all those problems, that you don't feel what other person is feel for you to judge. That is the reason. You don't try to fool me, because I'm the mother of all the psychology and psychiatry. I know how to read everybody's mind, and I know how to analyze very well. It's not anyhow that I have Mercury and Virgo. I have Venus and Virgo. I have Sun and Virgo. I have other Virgos. I don't know where. A lot of Virgo in my card. It's not anyhow, but I'm not just any Virgo stupid one. Like, there's a lot of stupid male Virgo, very stupid. Can you give me some examples? People could stop smoking, for example, and avoid millions of hours of suffering, thousands of deaths every year. This is another thing, sir. This is another thing. We are talking about a stupid person who cannot control the urge for addictions. The same thing goes for drugs, even legal drugs. People who are addicted to painkillers, people who are addicted to sedatives, to anti-anxiety drugs, people who are addicted to anything else in their lives. Those people should address, not all. It's only those who doesn't do all that and still have to go through a lot of crap in their lives. So people could stop eating the flesh of dead animals and do the same thing. Okay, correct. Again, he's right. People could stop making guns easily obtainable and drugs available in every street corner and do the same. One day, this egocentric being here, who I have a very bad luck to get married with, from Asia, from Saudi Asia, Singapore, went to Argentina, and over there he met a man who worked on the docks, and then they start to talk. This man could speak English very well. He's Argentinian man, could speak English very well, and then they start to talk about politics and economics and compare the countries. And then this this man from the Southeast Asian, this person, say like that, I'm glad I come from a country who doesn't have beggar, which is not true. There's homeless people, right, in his country, and then there's no beggar, and there's anti-guns gun rules, anti-guns rule, and then straightway the Argentinian man he replied to him, "Well, sir, we still can kill with a rock, with a knife, with a axe, and with a hatchet, with a, that uh, any other tools. Can be a hammer. We can kill through poison people, fool people and give him an overdose and poison him, or just kind of asphyxiate. There's many way to kill people, not necessarily gun. Of course, gun makes it easier. That's true. We cannot, you cannot kind of forget it and discard this possibility. However, when you want to kill for anything. In fact, many people kill by stab wounds or many other forms. Alright? So I like the answer this Argentinian man gives to this arrogant, haughty Singaporean man. Bravo. So people could stop eating the flesh of dead animals and do the same thing. People could stop making guns easily obtainable and drugs available in every street corner and do the same. Yes, makes sense, but still wouldn't stop crime, especially crime against children, where it's had in these countries where there is no drug policy, no guns policy. There's still crime, a very heinous crimes against children. So in a chemical, people could stop dumping chemicals into rivers and streams, releasing poisons into the air, cutting down millions of trees, much of them irreplaceable old growth, and stop developing the other resources of the earth faster than the earth can replenish them. People could simply decide that no matter what the individual national or international disagreements, they are not going to kill each other over them, but will find some other way to work things out. Ele say in Russia, hey, Putin, putão, Putin, puto. People could decide to discontinue living with secrets and lies and hypocrisy and just start telling the truth to each other. That's true. That's very true. Come transparent. I know the truth will hurt, it can cause problem, but it's better than you deceive people for many, many years. Okay? You can try to deceive some people some of the time, and some people most of the time, but you cannot deceive people all the time. People could create a new bottom line in their lives, changing their priorities, broadening their definition of self, and deepening their understanding of love. They could do all of these things and more. Why don't they? Why in the world don't they? Short-term gain? I think it's stupidity. They do not want to give up their short-term gain, whether it's short-term pleasure or short-term profits. They are not willing to give it up. And this, they are very short-sighted, unable to see or acknowledge the long-term damage they are doing to themselves and to others. And that's going for all aspects of your conventions here in this life, okay? All your aspects, all your convention, your human conventions, okay? Man, this doesn't make things seem very hopeful to me. You said this book came to me to tell me that the hopelessness has ended. I don't get it. The conditions and circumstances that cause suffering in the world are irreversible. All that your society has to do is change beliefs and then its behaviors. That is where the hope comes in. Well, as long as the people condone all this and accept and don't do anything to stop it, those who are on top will continue and do what they are doing. That's simple as that. Because you conform, because you are satisfied with peanuts, especially so in some dictator and dictators and communist countries. Okay. That's the truth. And well, as long as you continue to be passive and complacent, nothing will change. Not now, not never. You are the society of tomorrow. And if the tools you have been given here, you can produce a newer world should you choose. But chief behavior humans are now being invited to change. Huh? What kind of English is that? The chief behavior humans are now being invited to change is the tendency to seek short-term gratification. The chief behavior humans are now being invited to change. Okay, is the tendency to seek short-term gratification and to be blind to long-term consequences. Yeah, because the psychopath only think for themselves, for their pocket, for their club. If you see some of this behavior in yourself, you can start the process of changing that now if you wish. You don't even have to wait until you are older. You can create some new behaviors right now, so that in a few short months, when you are ready to move into the larger stage of life, you will be prepared for your role. What can I do now? See if it makes you happy to look a little farther down the road when you are making choices and decisions. Ask yourself what you would like to experience in the long run and what serves that intention. For instance, see if you think it will make you happy to get through school without a lot of frustration, hassle, and worry, does it serve you to put off that assignment or skip that class right now because you want to do something else? Why not? Why not, sir? Why not? If you think it will make you happy to go through life without a lot of health complications or emotional challenges and difficulties, does it serve you to use that drug? No, 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 no. To drug or abuse your body with alcohol because right now you think it might feel good. Hey, stupid! Oh, stupid! Do you know that there's a certain fermentation inside the human body that causes a kind of alkalinized effect in conditions that poison your kidney and liver, hepatic system, and the renal system? Why? Because you may have some underlying conditions which could be lupus or immune disease. Do you know that, stupid, who create this material here? Do you know that? So you do not necessarily need to have that dominant stupid drugs. You do not have, I myself, I don't even take drugs like painkiller. I'm now right now in pain, stomach pain because of this dominant stent inside me. But I don't take a drug. I don't want. I rather die of pain, but I don't want to take drugs. I don't want to take these drugs. I don't do drugs. But I still have this pain. You understand? I don't want to take drugs. I want to solve it naturally with herbs, not with drugs, allopathic one. So you see from there on, and I don't eat so much junk. I don't eat so much even. I don't drink so much. I don't eat so much. So what do you say? That's all about drugs and smoke and alcohol. I don't do the alcohol. I don't like alcohol because it gives you bad breath and it will give you also a stinky body. It will stink all your pores as you sweat if you do the, alcohol. If you take drugs, it come out in your skin. Your skin will be full of that thing, blackish thing in the skin because the liver try to detoxify all these drugs that you do, inclusive the drugs that you take, the legal drugs, anti-inflammatory, could be anything from antibiotics and anything that you are doing. Okay, will poison your liver, in your renal system, your filter system, in your body, and it'll come out in your skin. So what you are saying, dude, not everything is about doing alcohol or cigarettes. I don't smoke, I don't do all this, and I still suffer because of certain underlying conditions, okay, which is also doing by pregnancy, because you get this stupid DNA from this accursed person as you give birth. You not give birth, you conceive from certain men, you get their DNA through his children. The child that you carry, you take the DNA of their father into you, and if he have any disease or his ancestral have, then you will get as well. A woman inherit that from her partner, and even through fluid exchange during sex coitus, okay, so be careful who you have sex with. So my ex-father-in-law, he is 96-year-old going 100 years, and he's monk like a chimney. He's just like a forest on fire. He's just like a fireplace. He non-stop. If you give him the whole day, he smoke. He got Alzheimer. He's demented, due to age, but he's still alive. How to explain that? So there's nothing to do with this. Don't buy all this nonsense. It's not all of because of this. This man is like he like to trip. This is your life. You are creation. He just justify things, and you can do whatever you wish. Yet you know that you are not creating on this second, this minute, this hour. You are creating parts of the rest of your life right here, right now, in these days and times. Remember this always. Choices and decisions made in the moment are rarely limited in the impact to the moment in which they are made. Yes, so there's always into it. Don't need to be paranoid. Just, accept that this is a phase in life. Put another way, very often you are deciding more than you think you are deciding. Now that this doesn't mean that you should turn yourself into an overcautious mouse. Yeah, paranoid, just like how you are being paranoid, sir. You are being paranoid. It doesn't mean that you are invited to consider carefully all of the potential outcomes of the choices you are making, including the outcomes that could occur a little farther into the future. This is something that today's older adults have not always done. In fact, they have rarely done it. Yet, do not be too hard on them. Most of the human race has been living in an illusion, in a stupidity. They are in a state of druggy euphoria. Only recently this information about the true nature of life and everyone's role in it been available in clear, easily understandable terms. When will human suffering come to an end? When humans change their behaviors, Wesley. So Wesley 16. And when they understand that the experience of suffering itself is the experience they are creating in your head. If I were the one also inflicting this pain upon another, I will have the same answer to this question. Right now, suffering from all conditions, all of them can be healed. Talk so easy, you. It can, yes, not all of the conditions can be cured, but all can be healed. But you still say not all of the conditions can be cured, but all can be healed. Heal is not the same as cure also. Cure means forever. Heal means just relief. Relief is not all that we need. We need to cure, to give it into this trash nonsense. There's a difference. Of course, cure means that you are healed forever. Healed, cure means that you are good to go forever. Healed means that you are just relieved, that it's just a remission, and you can anytime return if the nonsense, the rubbish again. Yes, a cure is a change in the condition. A healing is a change in the way a condition is experienced. For instance, you can have a condition called a headache, and you can change the way it is experienced without changing the fact that you are in that condition. You have all done this. You have simply decided that having a headache is not going to interfere with something you want to do, and you go ahead and do it anyway. That's me, headache or not. Soon you experience yourself having a headache, but not suffering from. Still suffer from it yet. I just don't care. I just say go to hell with you, because I still have to do things. I have to make it move, and I have to make it going. But still the pain is there. But I say I just pulse my lips and I go with it. This is what is meant by healing without cure. But it doesn't mean that you're going to cure. You just heal because you train your mind to pretend that it is not there, but it's still there. It is not the way to cure it. You need to cure it if possible. Okay? Don't believe in placebos. Placebos is just cotton candy that can anytime melt, and then reality will slap you across the face again. Oftentimes healing produces a cure spontaneously. The headache goes away. I use this as a simple example because it's very common. Human beings have used this process on conditions much more serious than headache. Such healings are called blessings, and such cures are often called miracles. Pain and suffering are not the same thing. Pain is a physical or emotional experience, and suffering is your point of view about it. I don't understand what's that supposed to mean. I don't understand. What's that supposed to mean? It means that one can have pain without having suffering. Pain is something you feel. Suffering is a label you can put on it. Yes, sir, but not everybody is ready for this kind of techniques. Not everybody knows these techniques. Alright? Saliso, the pampered one, saliso, the meek, the weak one, that's for the tough ones. Just purse their lips and grit the tooth, bite their lips, and go on with it. Who do you know who has pain and who is not suffering? Am I crazy here? You are not crazy, and it's a good question, but there is also a good answer. Plenty of people have pain without experiencing suffering. Mothers giving birth are one example. Many mothers who give birth not only do not suffer during the process, they actually welcome whatever pain may come and rejoice in it. I only rejoice, I have 5, 5. I only rejoice when it will already come out. It's just like a crap that cannot come out. And once it comes, finally you say, get out of me, and it's get out. Finally. It's the same thing. It's just like you try to take out one stone from your urethra, be you male or female. Try to remove a rock from your urethra, then you will understand what I mean. And it's a pain that males would die if they went through it. It's a pain that I would not prescribe to nobody, and I would not advise nobody to have it. If possible, I would tell a woman not to have kids. I did so much because I didn't know. I was too young. I didn't know how to go about stop this crap from making child on me that I couldn't prevent. At first I put IUD. IUD-C is something that you put inside your uterus, but over time it can give you infection. You cannot keep it for more than 6 months. I keep that dress for 3 long years until I could take anymore. I remove it. Once I remove it, I get again pregnant. But once I had enough, I say it's enough, you go and have fun in hell. Go find another woman. Leave me alone. I'm not a baby machine. Many people with chronic pain that continues day after day, result from some injury or illness, have learned to live with it without suffering. Some are not. It's not you. I tell you, it's not you. Some people thrive on suffering. Some entities love suffering, and you are one of them. You are one of them. But is there suffering? Yeah, there is suffering. Asking people who are trying to pass a kidney stone, giving birth, a kidney stone, a urethral stone, our intestinal stone, and you'll see what pain is. Don't bring this nonsense and say people don't have pain. Don't give this nonsense, man. You are not being honest to yourself and not being hypocrite. Don't be it. Don't be stupid. Don't be hypocrite. Some are so happy to be alive that they have moved to a level of mastery over pain that the other would consider intolerable. Well, I don't see that mastery of people have have pain. Those who reach this mastery because have no pain. They sit down there, they observe their eating, they do their meditation, they don't have no pain, that's why they master it. Until they have a kidney stone, and that's it, they go already. Once they have a kidney stone pass through or whatever, they will die already of pain. Then I'll see their mastery, I won't see their mastery in this time. Try to have a pancreatic pain, and pancreatic stone, or a gallbladder passing through the pancreas, searing and turning everything in their way and burning. For you to see what's pain, for you to come here and say there's no such thing as pain. Try to have a peritonitis pain when the thing bursts inside. You are an idiot. You are not doing anybody who are suffering a favor. You and all the idiots out there who are propagating this nonsense that pain does not exist. You should not exist here in this world in the first place. People like you, humans like you, entities like you should not exist. There are other instances as well where physical pain has not necessarily produced suffering. Having a tooth pulled might be painful, but could be a relief from suffering. Hey, hello. We have pain and tooth extraction. Where? I don't have no pain. I took a lot of it tooth out. I don't have this pain. Where? I don't have. Why? Because there's anesthesia. And sometimes they have to give me 2-3 anesthesia not to feel the pain. Because I have difficulty to accept and to get the effect of anesthesia. Where the pain? I don't feel any pain, and even barely any blood come out. What nonsense? You have pain when you restore your tooth. You kind of either you have a toothache from a decay, or you go through a surgery, and a post-operation surgery. Don't do it because you can even die. This is not funny. Don't do it. You can die from it, I tell you. Don't do a tooth surgery. Is not necessary. This one is to make money and make you suffer. This is a psychopath narcissist. Okay. And you have some pain, nerve pain, when they are drilling into your tooth. Yeah, that one pain. But it's still a bearable pain. It's a bearable pain. It's an annoying bearable pain. But the tooth of a post-dental surgery can kill you. If you are not strong, can kill you. Okay? It's not fun at all. I've been through it. Not once, but twice. Don't do it. As for emotional pain, a growing number of humans are experiencing that it can be a path to healing, and so need not be a source of suffering in your head, but of growth. Nobody grows through. You see how this idiot is sick, man. First he said that nobody grows through suffering, and that nobody has to suffer, and then go back and say that we suffer and have growth. This everybody's know. It's something like just about, it's something so usual to hear in this world that I want to hear something different. How about it? Be smarter like me, be intelligent like me, and think different. Can you humans? I don't think so. So grief is one example. Anger that is allowed to be expressed safely and appropriately without danger to self or others. And but some people is just holding. They are just hanging by a thread in their anger. So pain and suffering are not the same thing. If you want suffering to end when pain is present, change your mind about the purpose for which it's present. How to change your mind when the condition is there, you accursed one? Use your pain, think of it as a tool in the fashioning of your experience. For what experience? What to idiot? To get frustrated and resented and angry and hateful? Is that what this all this experience brings forth? Is that what you want from the people? But an idiot. I have lots of questions. I know you said if I had one question I could ask of God. What God is Satan? What would it be? But I have lots of them. Here are a few. Why do people die? Are we living in hell? Is my life someone's dream? What is heaven like? Why can't people live forever? Andrea, 17. Thanks Andrea. Thanks for just going for it. Let's take your question one at a time. Yeah. Let's see your answer to that. Let's see, because I'm gonna debunk you and I refute all of it if it's wrong, given my experience in life. People do not die. Yeah, right. So much that the idiots try to talk with the dead, and the dead cannot possibly communicate. It's all a lie. Those are all charlatans who tells you that they talk. They talk in 1 week, 2 weeks after they're dying. After that, it's not possible because they are not in themselves anymore. They have become like a devil. Okay, that once their memory speaking for themselves, it's not them because they have been taken away somewhere else. It's not your loved ones anymore. So don't buy that. It's all crap, it's all charlatanism that we have around. People do not die, Andrea. They just form. For a time they exist in the form that you call human beings. Then they take the form that you have called spirit beings. If people really didn't die, they would come to us. Why they don't come to us for a long time? Why? Why after 2 years they disappear for good? Why? Because they die the big death. There's no such thing as live in other form. It's a lie. They may turn to human form whenever they wish, and they may take other forms as a devil form. Tell the truth, a devil form, because I know and nobody's fooling me. Nobody has the power to fool me. Even if they try, they won't have the power to fool me forever. You are all divine beings, blah blah blah. Internally, take some form or another. You are God's information, or to put this another way, you are God's information. How convincing, only that it isn't for me. Yet, why do you do this? Why do people do the things that you call die? Because all of life is a cycle, and human beings go through their cycles just like everything else, even if you didn't think you had to. And by the way, you never did have to. You. And I return to spirit because it is the nature of life itself to unite with all there is, what you call God. You see, when he says it, it means that we die, our loved one has died or is dying or will die, and no more come back, because they measure. So always I am saying they measure with the cosmos, because it's there where we came from, is there that we will return. What in the other hand is left behind is a demon, and it's not we. It's the human form demon, who is not even anymore our personality. It's no more the Mary, it's no more the John. It's something else. You are dealing with something else. So the religions that say, there's a religion that says that when we die, there's a ghost or whatever, those are demons. This religion not true. This religion tell the truth. That's really Satan. That's not the human being. Maybe 1 week, as I said, 2 weeks, 1 month, 1 year, maximum one year. That's why the symmetry here gives you 2 years to remove the bonds of your loved ones to claim it. Why? Because within 2 years you also claimable in the other side. Alright? So because it's the nature of life itself to unite with all there is, what you call God is the cosmos and nature, and then to emerge from that allness as an individual versions of it, and then to return to the allness once again, and to repeat this cycle over and over again through all eternity. Yeah, it is a thing for you to re-emerge again from there, the cosmos, and then to incarnate. Not to reincarnate means you take a piece of you. What is wrong is reincarnation. Why is reincarnation compared if incarnation is wrong? Because reincarnation is when they take a piece of you with all your fault, with all your bad memories, with all your guilt, to pay a debt or a karma. Alright, this is wrong. This is abuse of cosmic laws. It's a violation. Now, is it wrong to incarnate? And the answer is no. Why? Because you come brand new. You return brand new, pure, fresh, from nowhere, just to have an experience and go back without any guilt, without any remnants of debris of memories of the past, distant past, that you have to pay for, that you have to reincarnate to pay for, and go through all the garbage that you have to go through here again. Okay, so that's the difference between reincarnation and incarnation. Is so much different, and I hope I have clear the air and have answered this once and for all before the paranoid dogmatics go about there saying that there's such thing as reincarnation and there's something as ghosts. Ghosts are demons. Ghosts are demons. Reincarnation is wrong. You mean there's no end to it and you never get to stay with God forever? You do not want there to be an end to it. You do not want there to be an end to it. Because if there was, life itself would end. For this cycle is life. Life is the breathing in and breathing out of God. Yeah, dude, incarnation, not the reincarnations, you made it. Incarnation, dude, not the reincarnation, dude. Eh? Even as the moon revolves around the earth, and the earth revolves around the sun, so does everything in life revolve in and out of unity with the allness. Of course, but not the way how you violated it and I had abused it. Not this way. Not this way. It was not necessary at all. Why? You cannot experience being anything unless its opposite exists. You cannot know yourself as it all unless it surely exists. Or experience yourself as warm unless it cold exists. You see? If you never experience yourself as cold, you would not know what is to be warm. In fact, it's always the same temperature every hour, every day, all the time. You would not even know what temperature it was. In the absence of some other temperature, the experience of temperature itself would disappear. Similarly, in the absence of something other than God, the experience of God itself would disappear. If you were always experiencing being united with all there is, you would never experience being reunited with all there is, because you would never be away from all there is. And so what's wrong in being with all there is? What's wrong? You are just create all the duality and the carnificine and the nonsense and the crimes that we have here. Because your soul, which is a part of God, intuitively knows this. It will continually cycle in and cycle out of the experience of unification with all there is. It will become one with everything. and then births itself as an individual part of everything, connected to all of it, but separate from it, even as your hands is connected to your toe and part of the same body, but separate from it. This is what is meant by being born again, and they will be born again many times. Not through reincarnation, idiot. Through incarnation. Okay? Let's separate the two. And there's nothing wrong in a be reunited with the all. In fact, we should have a vacation of, say, like 1,000,000 years vacation to the other side, and a return here when we wish, under free will. If you want to separate from the cosmos, okay. If you don't want, okay. What he want to justify here is to have duality in beings, to worship them, and to play a chess games of playing gods. Okay, it's a playing of gods versus subjects, governments versus subjects, etc. This is what they wanted from the start, and I'm not here to BS. I'm here to tell the truth. I don't care who listens. Okay, I don't care even to who hears. You are not living in hell. Hell does not exist in your head yet. You have been fooled people here. Hell exists. Yet you can create the illusion of hell. You see, if you create, that means it exists because you create. If there were no hell, it would not even be possible to create it yet. And you sure as hell experience it. Hell is the experience of forgetting who you really are. It is thinking that you are separate from me. However, hell is thinking that you are unworthy, unloved, and unlovable, because you created the condition for these demons, that is this part of this body, to know that they are being unloved and cared for. Because I heard it from my ex-sister-in-law. She gone 2 years ago because they live in hospital in doctor, and the family said they had to have death, and she died. She come to me angry, like it's my fault. I even went to visit her, and I wish to. Came to me and say something like angry. She was angry, very angry. I'm very unhappy here. There's no love, no respect. What I have to do? And then she said, I'm gonna punish a lot of people here. Wow, this what happened. They are punished there and come here and punish people. I just want her to leave me alone also, because I don't want this being nothing. Her brother already and her whole family give me a hell of life, give me hell in my life, and then destroyed my life. They own me. I don't own them anything. So if lucky for her, she came one time. If she keep on pestering me, like my sister did, the rest, not say my sister, the rest of that thing that was my sister wants to return to me, I just tell them off in a very rude way, because I want to take crap from nobody anymore, not even from demons that call themselves ghosts, because I don't believe in this crap of ghosts. This doesn't exist. It exists, but it's not really all over the one. It's something else. Okay, and you don't have to tolerate them. You are not living. So hell is the experience of forget who you really are. It's a thing that you are separate from me forever. Lie. They will punish that party of vice that does not worship it. If you worship it, you will be delivered of much suffering to the other side. Otherwise, if you don't want to repent between parentheses and acknowledge these aliens as God, even on the other side, you're going to suffer hell. You're going to suffer. Okay? They will not accept a no for an answer. Hell is the thinking that you are unworthy, unloved, and unlovable. Yeah, this is what I have seen through my ex-sister-in-law. She told me that. Hell is thinking that you are useless, hopeless, and pointless. That's why I don't think this of me. I think of myself as grand, because I am. You are none of these things, but hell is not remembering who you really are. Hell is not remembering who you really are. There is one sure way of all of you remembering who you are. Remind the others of who they are, and each of you will remind each other. All of you will remember. This is part of the work you could be doing while you are on the earth if you choose. It's a wonderful work. It's fun, it's joyful, and it's loving. How can I do this? How can I remind them of who they really are? It's so simple that it's shocking. You can do it with a smile, with a kind word, and if an expression of love. You cannot give that which you don't have. With these small gestures, which can be really big gifts, you can give people back to themselves. You can return them to their grandest idea of who they are. You can return them to their power, to their original power. You ask it what heaven is like. This comes as close as anything to describing it. Heaven as a place does not exist. Heaven is a state of mind. Oh, I see. So heaven does not exist, but hell exists, hey? It's the experience of your awareness of all there is, and the awareness that we are, that even when we are not experiencing it. So great, hell exists, even if temporary, but heaven does not exist. It's all a figmentation of your imagination. The life you are living is a dream, an illusion. When you do the thing that you call die, what you actually do is wake up from the dream. You step out of the illusion and into ultimate reality, which you call heaven. This ultimate reality is a place of consciousness, not a physical location or a mental location. Means that you are operating yet with the part of your being who are still intact into that rubbish body, the causal body, which is called your mental body, your causal and astral body, melded together, creating together, and imagining together. Imagine hell, or even imagine a binary made of a computerized word called heaven, which does not exist, but in your psycho and neurotic, psychotic mentality and belief system. So life is eternal and death is on the horizon in the moment of your death, and you will know this. People do live forever. Life is eternal, and death is on the horizon in the moment of your death. You will know this. Now the answer to your final question. People do live forever. Life is eternal, and death is on the horizon in the moment of your death. You will know this. Yeah, the part of your eyes which the cosmos, see that doesn't explain. The part of your eyes which the cosmos, alright, exists. Exists. Wait. So here's the cosmos, and let's say that. Let's say that here is a person, or an animal, can be anything. A person, then this person, this body here goes to the earth. Okay, it goes back to the earth, belongs here and die here. The body, okay, so the pieces that the cosmos, that kind of photonic light, the photonic light goes back to the cosmos, goes back to cosmos, okay, goes back to cosmos. It's not you. Though, let's say this one called Mary is gone. Mary here has gone, destroyed. She's now, her image becomes now a manure, becomes fertilizer for the earth. The earth eat it, consume it. Okay, so matter is gone, completely gone. The party is an ephemeral, a party which is the void, the nothing, go back to cosmos. So that's why this kind of material here can mislead people. Luck for me, I know. You know, luck for me, I'm a very smart person, I know. This one, the party, the figment, the tiny specks of sparkle that you are, is go back to cosmos. That's what you are. Go back to cosmos. It has no personality. It has no characteristics. Right? The energy. So here he's lying, or he's misleading, or he doesn't know. Either way, people do live forever. Life eternal. This is on horizon. A moment ago. This is you going to die. Alright, everybody dies. Everybody dies, mind you, everybody dies. That's why nobody come back to tell the truth. And those who say they do is a charlatan. Or a charlatan, I tell you, all of you, medium or whatever, lives into dogmatic kind of philosophy of life. You are all a charlatan. You deceive people, give them hope. Those who have lost their loved one, you give them hopes. Oh no, but I knew their name. Yeah, your entity does, because you care entities you. Your entity does deceive the family of the deceased. They deceive. They work for you, so they deceive you into tell the family that they are now talking if the deceased, departed loved one. In reality, it isn't them. Okay, then you give false hope to that grieving family who are grieving their loved one, might be their father, great parents, children, etc. It's not nice to do that. Not nice at all. So why and how do you choose when someone is to die? My father died very suddenly when I was smaller, and I've never understood why. And did his father come back? Victoria 14. Did her father come back to tell the story? No, because they melt and did not see. Finish. His body is eaten by the earth. He gone forever. What's left behind is entities deceiving you. God does not choose when people die, Victoria. I did not decide that your father should die when you were so young. Your father died when he did because it was the next step in the journey of his soul. A lie, again is a lie, because they do decide. We all have a calendar there by the side, or a flame, if you will, which is like a very large candle that live as long as that beings live. When the time for that being to depart from this earth is come, draw near, the candle become very, the flame diminish, and they will melt until they are completely gone. Then the being expires. The same thing that we have a calendar that decide, we have a date that decide to tell when you should return. Okay, so these beings lie here. And yes, we don't choose when to die unless you commit suicide. If you commit suicide, then yes, you choose to die, and they should not be punished for it, but they are punished because these beings want us here suffering. When the beings previously originally had the will, they have the choice to go and come back as they please. When they needed to go, they just disassemble their body and forget they leave the planet in question. They would leave the planet. Nowadays, no. We need to give satisfaction. Okay, we need to give details to them. You need to tell them. You need to wait on them when it's time to leave this planet, because we cannot do it on our own. We cannot live here in peace, neither can we die. Go to hell, are you? So God does not choose when people die. You are lying, yet you lie, Victoria. I did not decide that your father should die when you were so young. Your father died when he did because it was the next step in the journey of his soul. Everything is perfect in God's word. Yeah, so perfect that you see so many misery around. Yeah, perfect, anxiety. Also perfect. Imagine if it wasn't perfect, perfect like this, with this kind of perfection. Who needs imperfection in the first place? And the soul is always receiving the experience that is perfect for it to receive. No, you take from me. I don't need to receive all this. You take from me. I tell you, the bad thing that you have to give to me, you take for you. And whoever wants, take for you. I give with pleasure, I tell you. I know that this has been the saddest thing in your life. And I'm talking about perfection will not take the sadness away, nor should it. I know that this has been the saddest thing in your life, and talking about perfection will not take the sadness away, nor should it. It's very okay to be sad. You do not have to apologize for that or try to fix it. There's a way, though, that you may be able to use it. You may be able to turn your sadness into a tool that helps you and others during your life. In this way, you can give it purpose. A normal sadness about something like the loss you've experienced can transform people into compassionate, sensitive, and deeply caring human beings. Not always. Where once they might have been tempted to start down the road to being sullen and angry for the rest of their lives. Yeah, they have all the reason to. They can make a choice to turn steady towards happiness and love. There is no happiness in love where there is misery, so think different, be down to earth, stop building castle in the sky for intelligence's sake. Those who do are uniquely prepared and perfectly equipped to help others who have faced huge sadness in their lives, and may find great satisfaction and joy in doing so. Not all, they are not necessary, they don't have to even. Oh, will this continue? You talk so much, eh? I mean, fed up already here. I want to end all this. I mean, this dialogue. Oh, so meant to go. Is that what I'm supposed to do? There are no supposed to in life. There is no blueprint that you must follow, no mission upon which you must embark. There is only choice, pure choice, all the time, every day. Each moment you are invited to ask yourself, how can I use what I have been given by life? When your answer is a positive one, you reaffirm the purpose of life itself, which is to recreate yourself anew in the next grandest version of the greatest vision you ever had about who you are. You can make this happen as you go along, doing to not have to decide this for a lifetime right here, right now, in this moment. But each moment you can ask the question and find the answer that works and that makes sense and that brings you happiness, peace and joy right now. Already you may have noticed that many of your friends turn to you when they need someone to talk to, when they want someone to listen, and maybe even give a little advice. This does not happen by accident. You have already begun to vibrate the energy of deep understanding and compassion for others who are experiencing confusion, pain, and horror. What you do with that part of you, who you are, is your decision. But there is no question that is there, and it's there because of your own life experiences. And so, in some way, that you may now be able to more full understanding. Your father's death so early in your life was also the next step in the journey of your soul. Like two threads in an enormous tapestry, your dad's life and yours have been woven together, intertwined in a beautiful design. You talk so easy, you talk so beautiful, but still we see around only ugliness. I just wish that someone could tell me what the picture is supposed to look like, so that I could at least understand why things had to happen the way they did. My wonderful friend, the reason that no one can tell you this, huh? No reason. the reason that no one can tell you this is that the tapestry is not yet finished. You are creating the picture right now, yeah, with your help, because you are creating this for the people, create all the suffering for these people. It's you who are creating, whoever supports you in your agenda as is your father. Do you think that he has died? I tell you that he has not died and can never die. Lie. So he come to her, I talk to her. Why he don't? Why? Because he died. He lives forever and even forevermore, and this is not the last time that you pass with us. So what stupid beings that die and don't come back? I will come back. For good or worse, I will come back. No one is the first. You see who I am. No soul joins the body leaves it at a time that's inappropriate or wrong or too early or too late. Yeah, because you already have designed this way, sir. You have designed, or your master have designed. The full agenda of the soul is not always known at the conscious level of the mind, nor can it be known or understood in the minds of others. Yet I can assure you that it makes perfect sense to your father now, and the day come when it will make perfect sense to you as well, I promise. Until that time, trust life. Whoever trusts life, go to hell. That's what your father in heaven invites you to do. Trust life and love it. Live it fully, live it zestfully, live it happily. Have fun, spread joy, share love. Yeah, for it we have to have it to give it away. And then trust life. How to trust life when all you see around us is trash people and trash world and trash country and whatever? Are the people psychic medium that say they can talk to spirits for real? Why is that charlatanism? Why don't our departed loved ones just contact us direct? Exactly. If they were true, they'll come to you direct. Why they need intermediary? Why they need medium for? Why they need conduit? It's a lie, I tell you. It's a lie. Alex 19. All those who say they can talk to the dead for other people, they are lying. Okay. I have the gift to do this, but I can tell you those beings on the side are very angry, and they are not really your loved one. They are something else. I had the gift to see it. They do, Alex, they do. Now I don't want to get strange with you here, Alex, but let me use an example. Our friend Victoria, who asked the question above, just received a communication from heaven. What a lie! Now she can believe that or not, and she wishes. It will not change the fact that her father brought her here to this book to tell her exactly what she needed to hear. This is nonsense. This psychotic talking to make people, to brainwash people. This mean he got a very good alibis to psycho people and deceive people that he's all right, that she will be all right, that everything is perfect, just the way to work it out and to be glad. Do you think Victoria asked this question and came to the answer by accident? Yes, she did, not thanks to you. Alex, there's no such thing as nonsense. I don't bring this nonsense. You can fool kids and all those stupid deceivers, not me. Oh man. Now, to expand on my answer, love the ones who have died can build you with the speed of your thought. In fact, they are. Instantly they come to you with joy and a great big smile, showering you with their love. You can feel this. You can actually feel it. It will let yourself, if you will open yourself to it. But when you feel this energy of light and love, do not call it your imagination, no levity wishful thinking. It's the best kind of thinking you can do. Remember this always, as you think, so it will be done to you. If you think that your loved ones are with you, especially in times of need, when you could really use their advice, the dead barely can help themselves, gonna help others. You will open yourself to the experience of the truth that they are there and where the moment you call them. Yet, if you think that they are not there, that you are making it all up, then the truth that the essential of who they are is surrounding you will be lost to you. You will not be able to experience it. It doesn't help. When I thought that they could really come and talk to us, Okay, they do, but it's not necessarily they. When I taught that thing, I didn't have the gift. And my brother come, yeah, talk to me, but yeah, they wants him, but because he was on earth yet, and it was last time in the 70s. Now everything has changed. Now we don't stay long time here on earth because it's full of Satan around here, and a body and a discarnated mean invisible. But what about mediums and psychics? Wouldn't it be easier to use them if they are really able to communicate with the spirits? Why should we? Why should we? When we are all psychic? And why we need a medium to get between us? If the dead really like exist, they will come to us direct. Why they need somebody else? Huh? Third parties. It's all a lie. It's all charlatanism. I don't believe in that and all this spiritual nonsense. All of you are able to communicate with spirit. That's what I have been telling you. You do not need a medium or psychic to make the reason. That does not mean that they cannot make the reason. It means you do not need them in order to do so. You see charlatans? So when you say that, it will stop your commerce of earning money at the cost of the stupid ones and their misery. But let's get clear here. What we mean by spirits, I am not talking about what are popularly referred to as ghosts. When I use the word spirit, I'm referring to the part of a person that's also sometimes called the soul, which is their consciousness and not their spirits, not the ghost. Is something else, okay? Ghost, you don't trust ghosts, it's something else. The spirit is the same as the soul, yes. You have heard it said that you are a three-party being made out of a body, mind, and spirit. The third aspect of you is your soul. This is the essence of who you are. It's the most basic element of you. It's from spirit that everything emerges, and to spirit that everything returns. Now the cosmos, the atoms, all of you can get in touch with your own soul and then with the soul of others. It will be very difficult to do the second, however, unless you have done the first. I see. So all you can get in touch with your own soul and then with the soul of others, the soul of your departed one. It will be very difficult to do the second, to get in touch with the spirit of your dead ones. You see, it's very difficult. However, unless you have done the first you need to contact your own soul, which is the God self, or whatever you want to say, in order to contact the God self, which they call spirit and soul of your loved ones. That means not gonna be let's say my mother called Mary, my mother Mary, my father John. You don't want to be they, you want to be John and Mary anymore. Something else, their God. God itself talking through them. They are gone. Bye-bye. Ciao. Ciao. Sayonara. But if you want to talk about ghosts, be careful. Run away from it. Run away. That is is a bug. So you will find it challenge to contact or experience or become sensitive to the presence of another soul if you have not experienced or become sensitive to the presence of your own, which is your God self. It's not really you. Why? Because it's the soul level that contact is made. The soul is the part of you that's connected to everything else. The body is the part of you that separate. The mind is the bridge between the two, between body and soul. How can I use my mind to find my soul through the avenue of your thoughts? You must first believe that you have a soul. You must begin to see yourself as who and what you really are, a spirit living with a body and using a mind. A mind is not what you are either. Okay, if you use your mind to contact whatever you are in essence, then you go astray because you go with the devilish mind. The devil will tempt you if you use your mind to get in touch with your inner self. And that one that they call your soul is your actually is them, one part of them, which is the God itself. Okay, it's called God itself, or I am self, whatever you want to call it. Remember this always. Your body is not who you are. Neither is the mind, neither is the mind, neither is the soul. You are wrong and you're talking things that's not true. It's something you have. Your mind is not who you are. It's something you use. Your soul is the essence of who you are. No, 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 no. The soul is not what you are. It's something that is used to be as the fuel for the vehicle that you call the body and the mind. Use your mind, but use it only briefly. Use your mind just long enough to tell yourself that you have a soul, that the search is worthwhile, that who you are is not your body or your mind. Then get out of your mind, drop your thoughts, clear your head, and move into your experience. How do I do that? There are many ways. Quiet contemplation and prayer are extremely effective, and that's why in monasteries and convents, members of religious orders do both. I thought the people in monasteries and convents were trying to get in touch with God. They are. When they get in touch with their own soul, God is who they do get in touch with. The God self is a higher self, and the reverse is also true. So I have to live like a monk or a nun in order to connect with my soul? No, that's just one way. You can create moments of quiet contemplation or prayer in your own life if you wish. It might seem difficult at first if your life is very active, which is true for many young people, but with determination it can become enjoyable in this. What for prayer and contemplation or meditation? When you do this, you invite these beings into you. And the God itself here is another part of the archons. I don't know how to tell you this, but I'm not really into prayer. Good for you, then you are smart. Prayer is simply having an earnest desire for something. Did you know that? No, I didn't. Well, then this should be good news. Every earnest hope desires a prayer. Maybe it is simply a desire to say thanks, or a hope of things to come. A thanks for sufferings. A thanks for suffering, also a thanks for suffering. But if not everybody here is candidate for say thanks, but to say I want deliverance. You understand? Not everybody here is candidate for say thank you. And those who are candidates for say thank you are those who snob it and then mock the others who are candidates not to say thanks. Do you know what I mean? But if you really wish to know God, and if you really wish to become aware of your own soul, that wish, that feeling of inner desires is all the prayer you need. Now you can actually say a prayer if you choose to, that has often been helpful to many people, but it's not something that you have to do. Oh, why should I? It's a simpler way of verbalizing in your own mind what your heart already knows. Okay, I get that, but I'm most not into this quiet contemplation or meditation nonsense. Yes, true stuff. I mean, I don't take many long walks alone in the woods, Do you ever lie around by yourself and listen to music? Sure. So you are telling me that listen to my CDs is quite contemplation? CDs. It can be the word quiet when used in the phrase quiet contemplation. Doesn't necessarily have to mean silent. It can mean that you quiet the mind to everything else but the thing you are contemplating. What you focus on during moments of solitude can have a deep effect on you, especially if you focus on it over and over again. So be selective about what you focus on over and over again. For instance, as you pick out the music you want to listen to, notice what is inviting you to give your focus to. Watch the energy that it brings up. If the music has lyrics, read the words. See where the song is taking you. Is this where you want to be? Don't make a judgment about it being good or bad, and don't let anybody else do so. Just ask yourself, is this the energy that I want to focus on? If you focus on your soul, whether using music or some other means, you'll find it. You'll discover it, of course. You are not really finding or discovering anything. You are simply becoming aware of what has always been there. Can you tell me more about the other means? Sure. Write in your journal is a good way to focus on your soul. It's a good way to discover or find your real self, to get in touch with your real feelings, to clarify your real truth. Another means of focusing on the soul is meditation. I've mentioned this before, and we've talked about walking or riding your bike, and other ways to remove your attention from the day-to-day activities and concerns of your life. This is a process of emptying your mind so that your spirit can feel in the space. Feel in the space. Oh my God, not everybody can even ride the bike here. There are lots of ways you can experience your soul. All you have to do is to get into the spirit of things. Hey, I like that. That's a neat way of putting it. Thanks. But we got off the subject here. I was talking about psychics and staffs, and how it might be easier for them than it is for us to contact the spirits. What I want to know is, are they for real? Psychics and mediums, of course they are charlatans. I don't believe them. I don't trust and believe them. Psychics and charlatans are not unusual people who have unique abilities, but people just like you, whose abilities are in no way different from yours. Indeed, this is how you can tell if a psychic is, as you put it, for you. A true psychic will never try to convince you that they have abilities you do not have. Indeed, they will tell you that it is your ability to connect with the loved ones you hold dear that they are using when they do a reading for you. Psychics simply act as amplifiers of the signal that you are receiving. They are being sensitive to you, not to some other energy or being. They have become quite literally the loudspeaker for the still small voice of wisdom and clarity and connectedness that lies within you. You do not need a psychic or a medium to feel the presence and experience the love and receive the messages of loved ones who have died. It's also true that people who are sensitive to these energies can sometimes help you to feel them. This is why psychics are frequently called sensitives. You can sensitize yourself to these energies, and in this answer I've given you some hints on how. When is my time to go up to heaven? Chris, Miami, Florida. You are in heaven right now, Chris. Heaven can be experienced whenever you are, and the sad thing is that everyone does not know this. Heaven on earth is experiencing all the wonders, all the joys, all the thrills, all the excitement, and all the happiness of life just as you are living it. You need nothing more than what I have given you to be in paradise. Your planet is a paradise, and all you have to do is open your eyes to see that. Now, if what you are asking me, Chris, is what you are going is when you are going to die, I cannot tell you because that's a decision that you are going to make. Oh no, please. When you see and experience that the conditions are perfect for it, that's when you will do it, and not a moment before and not a moment after, and that will be your choice, not mine. I don't believe that. You keep saying that, but it doesn't feel like I'm getting to choose anything. It seems like life is happening to me. Change your mind about that. You are co-creating what is happening along with everyone else around you. That's what I have been telling you here. You can change what you are experiencing by changing what you are thinking. Then change what you are saying. Then change what you are doing. Oh, people have done all this, dude. Done all this, and still nothing happens the way we want. This is the three-part process of creation. It's the most powerful tool you ever been given. It only works on theory rather than experiment. Okay, I get it. I really do get it. But even not answering the most important question I have about death. Why do we even have to die? Why can't we live forever? You can and do live forever. You never do die. Lie, you die. That is what I am telling you here. You live on, merely changing form. For what? Our our characteristic are going, our personality going, die. You are lying. Okay, but you know what I mean. What do you have to leave the body that we are with right now? I never said you have to do that. Lie, but still you do. The human race has chosen to do that. Oh my God, now he blamed the human race when it was altered 479 years ago, 500,000 years ago in the making. They have altered our DNA to make us mortals, from immortal to mortals. The human race has chosen to do that by the way people have treated their bodies and their environment, and by the way they have lived their life. Thanks to you all, you can stay with your body a lot longer than you might ever have thought possible. You can do this by taking individually and as a society some of the suggestions I have given you already. Yet I invite you not to consider your departure from the body, what you call death, a fearful or unwelcome experience. It does not have to be either. Death is not fearful or unwelcome, not unless you choose it to be. Hey, shut up. If you say that you choose to die when you don't choose to die unless you commit suicide, you are lying here as well. If you say that you suffer because you want, suffer pain because you want, without it be true, then that means you are lying again. So that means that death is painful, right? Like life, death is painful as well. Not unless you choose to be, and so with the rest of your life, everything depends upon your point of view. Your perspective shapes your experience. If you are afraid of what will happen to you after your death, you will be afraid of death. If you think that death is the end of life, you will be afraid of its arrival. If, on the other hand, you are clear about what will happen to you after your death, you will be at peace about it. There may be a trace of sadness, but there can also be a balancing excitement, like going on to college or changing jobs or moving to a new city. So that's good. You're comparing that to going to college, changing jobs, or moving to a new city. Well, it was just using a simile, a comparison, so that you could understand the feeling. But come to think of it, it is very much like those things. And when you know that death is not the end of life, but that life goes on forever, you no longer find this experience of transition unwelcome. But where I will be going, heaven or hell? Yes, that's the question that worries so many. When he say yes, trust me, because he himself don't know, or because there's something not good the other side. So let us take the worry out of it once and for all. You'll be coming home to me. As we have discussed before here, there is no such place as hell. The home of the Ankaya is there in hell. They are there with his family. Or could be the home of the cosmos, with the cosmos, the atoms. But you said earlier that there is an experience of hell, which you said was the experience of separation from God. Yes, that's good. You are really following the conversation here. So now let me explain what happens to you at the moment of your death. Alright, now we are getting to it. What you experience is whatever you wish or choose or expect to experience. As in physical life, your spiritual life will be created by you, by your own thoughts, ideas, and beliefs. So if I think I'm going to hell, I will go to hell. You could create a hellish experience, see, that's true, but You've done that on earth as well and survived it. So too could it be in what you call the afterlife. And the moment you decide that you no longer choose your hell-like experience, you can stop it. Then you will know that you are truly in heaven, where you may experience anything you wish with the speed of your thought. Yeah, but still, it's not gonna be simple as they make it up to be. What does heaven look like? What you want it to look like? Because it's an illusion. Annie 15, Indianapolis, Indiana. Whatever you choose for it to look like, based on your imagination. When will I get to see you in heaven? Roberto 14. Whenever you wish. How is heaven? Do you meet the ones we lost when we pass away? Fernando 16. At the moment of your death, you will be surrounded by your loved ones gone before. That one's a cope of them, who will lovingly and joyfully guide you. Why only then? Why not now? You see there's something wrong in it. You'll experience it then being there if you wish. You experience them being there if you wish. What does that mean? It means that you'll experience your loved ones all around you if you choose to, and if you do not expect to and do not think that you will not experience them there. They will be there, but you will not experience them there. They will be loving you and guiding you all the same. And when you choose to, you will experience them there. I don't believe this. I have a very hard time believing all this. I really don't believe. It's the same way during your life on earth. Your departed ones surround you with the speed of your thought. If you are open to the experience, you will know they are there. It's the same way, by the way, with God, both in this life and even forevermore. Why must we think of them to see them? And even when you do, we still have hard time seeing it. And why they don't come and then just touch eyes and talk to us like this rationally, like we do on earth, sister to sisters, brother to brothers, parents to children, children to parents. Why they don't do it? Why? Because it doesn't exist. It's all a lie. It's all ephemeral. It's not true. It's not true at all. I don't want to be a wet black cat, but that's the reality. You better to slap you with the truth than to deceive you with kisses and pleasantries. Okay, and with that I finished the chapter 16 and no 17.